Hi, welcome to Bookie. Today we'll unlock the book techniques of the selling writer. What comes to your mind when talking about best-selling novels? Is it the classics like The Count of Monte Cristo and A Tale of Two Cities, fantasy books such as Harry Potter and Twilight, or recent big hits The Fault in Our Stars and the series A Song of Ice and Fire? If you chose this bookie, you must have an interest in becoming a writer or at least a strong desire to express yourself in writing. You might also have taken the first step and started writing already. To enhance your writing skills or just for pleasure, you have probably read the above-mentioned novels before. Maybe you have read them several times. After finishing those books, you started to wonder, how can an academy of magic and wizardry enchant readers the world over, and how can the love story of a vampire and a human being be so touching? You have searched for the answers to these questions and for the secrets of best-selling stories but have not found satisfying answers. So when you start on your novel, you find that it is not easy. What kind of opening will appeal to readers? What kind of characters will be attractive? What kind of plot will keep readers interested? What kind of ending will be satisfactory? These issues are all worthy of consideration. Techniques of the Selling Writer helps you solve these issues. The book combines theory with case studies to summarize common compositional techniques of professional writers, systematically demonstrating the right way to link all parts of a story in a manner that keeps readers interested. For those who dream of becoming a best-selling writer, it is indeed extremely helpful. You can learn how to transfer source materials into actions, actions into scenes, and scenes into stories. You will also learn how to develop characters, how to revise and polish your work, and eventually how to sell it. This book can also be viewed as a way to change rejection letters into checks. The author of this book, Dwight V. Swain, was an American writer. He was the author of magazine articles and movie reviews totaling over 1 million words, and was an experienced writing coach at the University of Oklahoma. This book is a summary of the author's experience in teaching creative writing. This guidebook for novel composition has received positive reviews from writers around the world. In this bookie, we will narrate the book's highlights in 3 parts. Part 1, a novel is composed of units. Part 2, how to develop characters. Part 3, how to build the overall structure of a novel. The book tells us that the first step to writing a good novel is to process all the compositional units. Let's first discuss the fundamental unit of a novel, the motivation-reaction unit. This unit is composed of 2 parts, the motivational stimulus and the character response. A motivational stimulus is anything that triggers a character's reaction. In real life, we react to many things. For example, we shiver when cold. We hide in fear upon hearing gunfire. However, the author emphasizes that the motivating stimulus must be one that creates the right reaction in the characters, the one which will promote the development of the planned story. For example, in a story the protagonist needs to rescue a kidnapped boy. The anguished tear-streaked face of the kid is the right stimulus because that evokes intense compassion in the protagonist, who will therefore attempt a rescue regardless of the danger. Character reaction is what the main or focal character feels, thinks, does, or says in response to a motivating stimulus. Feelings are instinctive for humans, momentary and uncontrollable. Action and speech come later and are controllable. Therefore, the normal order is feelings first, then action and speech. Additionally, we must consider factors like the main character's personality, identity, and background, and we must put ourselves in his or her shoes to ensure the reaction is reasonable. For example, confronted by a shooting, an honest person will help the police, but a convict on parole may lie to avoid trouble. Now that we understand how to choose stimuli and reactions, let's take a look at writing with motivation-reaction units. First, write a sentence describing a motivation, preferably without a character to prevent readers from thinking of it as a reaction. For example, with a roar, the red Jaguar picked up speed, careening recklessly as it hurtled down the drive and out onto the highway. After the description of the environment, the character starts to react. Brad, the focal character, felt a sharp pain in his chest.